Is it all right now?
Yeah. Okay. We are probably live. Are we live? Probably live. Yes.
Can I read tonight from the dictionary from A to Z of dreams?
Okay, so you can explain where did you get that and what?
I haven't read from this. I've only read from this once on a YouTube.
You've only read from that on YouTube. You actually haven't read it at all.
No. I've only read once. The thing was that I was going to read one dream every time he went live. It only happened once.
Okay, I can't remember you doing this, but yeah, pick something there. Pick a dream.
You pick a dream.
Drowning. Something.
Oh, nice one, Chris.
I haven't had that dream myself, but I know I was talking to someone before, and they were like they were regularly having a dream where they were drowning. I was like,
okay.
Maybe that's your subconscious saying that you're under a little bit of pressure. You need to take a little bit of time off.
Do you know what? I had a dream the other night. It was a beautiful dream, Chris.
What was it about?
I dreamt it was my grandmother's 90th birthday, and we were going over for a party for her. She's in the Sacred Heart Hall, beautiful place, and she's been very well looked after. It's an incredible place. But we were going over and having a bit of a party there for 90th birthday party. But the night before we were going over, I had a dream that I was with my grandfather Kelly, and now he's dead since 2000, February 2000. But he was an awful character. He was a crack. He was a rogue, no doubt about it. He liked a few pints, and he was a character. Yeah. But I dreamt that he was the age he was when he died in the dream. I am the age that I am now in the dream. But Nanny was still in the Sacred Heart Home in my dream, and the next day we were going to go over, and I felt that we needed to be 100%.
Yeah,
we needed to be sharp and we needed to look well and fresh. And he said no. He said, "We're going to Galway, and we're going on a session in Galway City." It's Nanny's birthday. It's Nanny's birthday tomorrow. I said, "We can't." He said, and this is in the dream now. He said, "Can you imagine the women that's going to be up there in the good weather?" And then I was like, "No, we can't. I said, "We'll go to Westport instead. That's closer." But no, he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't have it. So I drove up to Galway, but in the dream, halfway up to Galway, I sort of went off the Galway road, and I ended up driving along a stone beach, and we drove to the end of the beach. But then it was time to turn back because I couldn't get any further. So when we went to turn back, the tide came in. We were stuck at the end of the beach. The tide was coming in, and that's when I woke up.
That's a hilarious dream.
Yeah, it was as real as I'm standing here now, or not standing. I'm sitting. Do you remember your dreams and have dreams regular? Yeah.
Because I don't really. I don't. Well, I'm sure I do have dreams or whatever, but I don't wake up and go, "Whoa, that was really realistic." I don't seem to have them as I would have when I was younger. Like,
yeah, no, I do. I dream. When I dream, if I can remember it straight away and say it. Sometimes I used to have a notepad beside me and I used to write down things, so I didn't remember it, or I didn't forget it. Okay, so drowning. This suggests that your emotions are overwhelming and engulfing you. Now, it like there's an awful lot of things. Some of these they give nearly full page or half page, and on the drowning, that's all it says. This suggests that your emotions are overwhelming and engulfing you, but also cease swimming. So just for fits and giggles, we'll just check swimming, and then we'll get back to what I want to talk about.
That's all it says about drowning.
That's all it says about drowning.
That's like something I would say just out of
get someone off it.
That's the worst dictionary I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, look at swimming. It's nearly a page and a half. Hold on.
Go for it.
Water in a dream almost always indicates emotions. To dream that you are swimming suggests that you are exploring aspects of your unconscious mind and emotions. This is a common dream for people going through therapy or counseling. as it suggests the need for emotional support. To dream that you are swimming underwater suggests that you are completely submerged in your own emotions and need to deal with emotional difficulties. If you dream of diving, perhaps this indicates your desire to throw yourself into a relationship or project. Throw yourself into a relationship or project. I said that twice.
You said it 3 times.
The erotic sensation of water passing over the body led Freud to equate swimming with a sexual intercourse.
Everything was sexual with that cunt.
Freud was a dirty, dirty, dirty boy.
He's a fucking filth master, that cunt.
If you feel relaxed and happy, this foretells a long and happy relationship with your partner. But if you are struggling against the tide, the relationship may be in trouble. Listen, this is going on for the page and a half. Basically, it's about drowning in your emotions.
It's yeah, that is fairly logical though, isn't it?
Look what
so this podcast is sponsored by the absolute scumbags that are $3 stout.
Can you see that right?
You've got autofocus on, so
is it? Shouldn't be.
Well, it is. So it's auto-focusing all over the shop.
Coming to a pub, off license, and shop near you.
Maybe in that order. We don't know.
We don't know.
Still working on bits and pieces. How is it tasting there, Stephen?
It tastes glorious because that's my first drink in 2 weeks. You'd be proud of me.
You've done well.
I've done very well. I haven't drank since the gigs. And I said, I just fancied one tonight. I was all over the shop. I was traveling a lot of places today. And said I deserve a pint.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. There's no one in the comments yet. They all might be on the beer or something. I don't know.
Yes,
but if you've had any weird dreams like Stephen, tell us in the chat what weird dreams you've been having and why you're a sexual deviant. Okay, that's all I want to know, and that will keep.
What I want to discuss is there's a few things I want to discuss over the week. Obviously, we'll start off with the Will Smith thing. I know people are. I
wonder what he was dreaming before that. I wonder what dreams go through his head.
I don't know. And another thing is like, what happened? Why did he turn like that? It was a weird, like in the beginning as well, Chris, I was like sticking up for him. In my head, I was like, I like Will Smith. I don't think he'd do anything out of turn that wasn't in like bad or wrong. And the more I thought of it, the more I seen it, he just flipped.
I tell you, I think there's parts of it is that he's in a very unconventional and probably unhealthy relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, because she clearly like their whole relationship is something that I can't even fathom.
Yeah, like, I don't get it.
An open relationship where she was shagging her son's 18-year-old friend. You know,
is that it? I don't know who she was with.
And then they had this roundtable discussion thing where she just says it publicly to him and then uploads it to the internet. Like, it's not really the kind of conversation. I don't understand this need to put all that stuff up on the internet.
And pictures of her with another man as well, and she seemed all happy, and then all the pictures she's with Will Smith is she's all sullen. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, he's got this thing about never getting divorced. He said it publicly before that he'll never get divorced. I was like, so even if he's unhappy and they're in a shitty relationship, you're just gonna keep on going on and going on. Like, you know, it's fucking strange. Like, the whole thing about it is very odd. Like, in fairness, he was having a laugh out. I saw another interview before years ago where he was saying that he's a people pleaser, and I was like, do you know what that is? Like, that's him. So he got caught up in the joke that was. Let's be honest, it was a shit joke. It's a joke about a movie from the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Like you're really, scratching the bottom of the barrel,
Yeah.
scraping the bottom of the barrel for that joke.
Oh man, it was fucking weak. It was such a bad. It
But
was
also they say it was teleprompter. It wasn't even his
wasn't
joke.
well. Well, it wasn't his joke. He obviously doesn't write all of his jokes. He has writers and whatever, and a writer came up with that joke because they knew that they were going to be sitting front and center. And like, he probably didn't. How would he know that he has? I know that she put out publicly that she has alopecia, but so what? You know,
But they're saying now that she doesn't really have alopecia. That's a load of bollocks. She just shaves her hair because she looks good, and she
she
doesn't.
does look good in it. That haircut really suits her.
And I put out a video during the week as well about the fact that she has a hairstylist. It wasn't nothing to do with alopecia. Some people came back to me, especially people from America, commented that you can't be making fun of alopecia. I wasn't making fun of alopecia. What I was making fun of was the fact that she needs a hairstylist, even though she's no hair.
Yeah, but like
You know,
the idea that you can't joke about someone with alopecia. Like I was out to dinner with some of my work colleagues last night, and they take the piss out of me for being bald all night, and I was taking the piss out of them for a myriad of other reasons, and that's perfectly fine. Go for it.
especially when it's in contest. Unless someone was like really down and depressed about the fact, and they're just after explaining to you that then you don't joke about it. But you're in the Austin. You're having
sometimes you need to joke about just to lighten the actual problem itself anyway. It's like, so what? She shaved her head and she looks good, and she got compared to G.I. Jane. Like, it wasn't a joke that pissed him off. He saw her. She gave him a dirty look, and he fucking snapped. You know, it's like.
But then the clip came out of someone made a joke about her at some TV show years ago, and he snapped on that as well.
Did he? Right. But like, yeah, he's like he looks like he's a little bit mentally unwell.
Yeah.
How could you be mentally right when your wife publicly says that she was cheating on him just because she wanted to? Not because she wasn't happy, because she says that she was in a very happy, loving relationship. She says, I just wanted to fuck someone else. You know?
It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's bananas, man. It's bananas. A few comments here. TVPC goes, up Kerry. Jade Elvis, what's the big day? The big day is the league final tomorrow between May and Kerry. It's a big day. Not the biggest day, but it's a big day.
It's a big day for me, and it's a big day for Chris.
A big day out. A big day out. William Taylor 069 says, I always dreamed that me, my friends, and my family make a TV show. It turns out good. Gets picked up by Netflix. Very odd, hey. Well, you know yourself, mate. You've got a picture of the Viper as your
Listen, as Martin Maloney would say, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
Does he keep saying that? He's become very wise then. Diane Stapleton goes, greetings from Meath. Welcome to the show. From Meath, just up the road from me here. I'm sitting in Dublin today. So, had a couple of pints last night.
Speaking of two things, first of all, we're going to be with myself and Pete have wrote a script. We can make this public now. We'll be making it public sooner because we'll be looking for actors and actresses to join us. We've got funding to make a comedy drama coming up, and we'll be filming in mid-June to mid-July. So we'll be making it public soon. But like I said, I do disclose these things on YouTube because it's only a few people watching, and it's easier just to let people know. Yeah, so we're going to be. It's very good. The script is unbelievable. Is it like Hardy Bucks? I'd like to think it's deeper than Hardy Bucks, but it's definitely humor-wise. It's very humorous.
Good. Yeah, so if you want to get involved in that, throw us an email. I'll put an email address.
We'll be looking for 3 to 4 female actresses, and maybe 2 or 3. Oh, we need there's a scene. There's a fight scene, so we'll be looking for big brawly men.
Gangs of lads. Sponsored by Edel Gillick goes, sponsored by Pfizer, who've now made a Pfizer drug for alopecia. How can anyone believe it was real? Total setup. Come on, guys, stop. That was the first thought I had when he went up there and he slapped.
Was it though? Is that the truth? Was it sponsored by Pfizer?
I don't know. I didn't know that Pfizer had a drug for alopecia. That's unbelievable.
I don't know if that's true or not.
But
it did look staged, and
it did, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, the autofocus on your phone is actually making me a little seasick. Look at it. It keeps on.
It's not on my side. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, can I do that? No, it's not doing anything. It's not saying. Anyway, I'm going to change it over to the new phone tonight. I finally got the memory card.
Deadly. Yeah, so yeah, it could have been a setup. It could have, like, in fairness, that is definitely not beyond the realms of reason, because they, like, it could be a setup realistically, because no one gives a fuck about the Oscars. No one talks about the Oscars. No one gives a fuck if Will Smith got best actor or best male actor in a role. Who gives a shit about that?
What was the name of the movie even?
King Richard, is it? Serena Williams one. Yeah. The Richard Williams movie, which again, he was the father to 2 fucking tennis players, you know. Like, apparently he was a bit of a dick. Edel Gillick goes, yeah, absolutely. Come on, guys, you're behind. To be honest, I didn't realize that having Pfizer making a drug for alopecia was the most important thing to me, but it now you've actually mentioned it. It
could work for you, and you know what? It might work for me. I'm starting to go more every day.
It'd be like pop one pill, and the next thing I've just got this fuzzy bush of hair just pops up. It'd be fucking great. You know,
as long as you take the right Pfizer pill.
But hey, well, haven't tried the other one yet, but it might come a time, and I won't think twice about it.
Take 2.
Colin Burns says, "How's things?" And Diane Stapleton goes, "Myself and Edel Gillick and Matthew are in, please." Yeah, listen, John. Get in contact with us, and if you want to be, if you're always had a dream of winning an Oscar, Stephen and Peter's new drama series is the way.
Never know. We're looking for
winning.
We're going to aim it for Netflix.
Aim it for Netflix. Why not? This is it. Yeah. So Colin Burns is in the chat. He says, "How's things?" Things are decent now. Like, I was a bit ropey earlier on, I'm not gonna lie. Woke up this morning. I had a couple of pints last night, Stephen, and then I went to a casino, and that's not always the best thing to do after a rake. I came home with my shoes on.
Do you know where I was this morning?
Wait 2 seconds and tell Peter Cassidy as well.
No way.
What's crack, lads?
Here.
How are things, Pete?
How are you getting on? Are you well?
Peter, you've joined the live.
Good stuff. Oh, fuck. Oh.
You're right there.
I said I'd sit down. What is the crack, lads? How's life?
Not too bad. We were just talking about...
Turn the camera the other way if you can, Pete. Yeah, perfect.
There.
We were just talking about Will Smith and alopecia, and apparently Pfizer have got a drug for alopecia. Edel Gillick has been telling us. So we're all gonna have full heads of hair by the end of the week, by the sounds of it.
Oh, great stuff. what was I going to say? I think it was fake.
You think it was fake because Adele Gillick thinks it was fake. I don't know. It's the shouting afterwards that makes me think he just fucking went a bit cracked. If he just went
Yeah.
The slap looked he looked very like he was ready for it. You know what I mean?
like the way he turned around and walked away with the strut, like that looked a bit put on now. Definitely, but it was when he was like fucking roaring at him. Get your wife's name out of your fucking mouth. It's just like, oh, this fella's actually lost it.
But he was good.
Sad.
Did you see his YouTube? He said he was going through a lot during his YouTube channel. He had a bit of a breakdown during his YouTube channel or something.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
He was stress because it looked bad for him. Like he's the one that falls on the sword. It just looks terrible for him.
I'll be honest. The joke wasn't worth the slap. It
Oh,
wasn't that. It was a shit joke.
Yeah. It was a shit joke. Yeah.
But there's part of me that's like, do you know what? Not enough people get a slap.
Yeah.
I think there should be more slaps dished out for cheeky behavior.
But your man was kind of fuck it. He was just doing a performance. You know what I mean? He was just trying to keep the shit talk going in between a fucking generic fucking
Boring
fucking
wank fest. I think.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of a wank fest. Do you know what I mean?
But remember as well, he was reading from a teleprompter. He didn't even write the joke.
Well, he would have proofed it. He would have read through what was going to be on the teleprompter before it goes on.
He might have wrote it. He might have wrote the joke.
He didn't write the joke.
Did he not?
No. So someone else wrote the joke for him.
Oh wow.
A team of writers were in on that absolute shit joke.
Well, they were fucking stealing a living. They're fucking team of writers.
Unreal.
A bit like Jada Smith's hairstylist.
Imagine if because Will Smith.
I'm waiting for things to drop there.
I'm trying to figure out how does she have a hairstylist if she has no hair.
Exactly.
He's same hairstylist as me and you, Pete.
Exactly.
Did you not watch my video during the week, Pete?
I sorry now, Steve. I don't be watching the videos. Sorry, buddy. I might have seen that one.
Even you can't talk because you don't watch any of the YouTube videos. So is it the only videos you watch are the ones that you sit in your car and rant about?
I don't even watch them. I just put them up and that's it.
But yeah, so in fairness, this idea, I don't know. Can you be in an open relationship?
No,
I just don't think that works. How could there has to be?
The only way I think it's not my style, but the only way an open relationship would work is if no one knows about it.
Are you saying that could work?
Christ.
Oh man, that's yeah, that's hilarious. I'll go through some of the comments. They're piling up now. So obviously Stephen released the news that you're going to be making a comedy drama that you've wrote, Peter. So
that's correct. That's correct. Comedy drama. Comedy drama is right. Yeah.
I was describing it as deeper than the Hardy Bucks, but humor maybe similar, but deeper than the Hardy Bucks. Does that make sense?
That's a broad statement. That's a broad statement. That's putting a cross on our backs. That's putting a cross on our backs if there ever was one.
I made a broad statement so that just like I cast a big net.
Yes.
And also the reason I said it was because we will be looking for extras, actresses, and actors.
Yeah, 100%.
What you got? So Jade asked if it's going to be on YouTube. That hasn't been decided yet, I'm sure, Jade. But we'll obviously.
Well, we're hoping for bigger than YouTube, Jade. We are, so we'll see how that goes.
Hold on a second. Go through all this. Jade Gillick, they will never let me in. I tell the truth. Adele Gillick has been telling some truths. Alopecia is no joke, you know. Where French bread. I don't know what that means, TC.
Where's what?
I think someone asked where French bread. It must have been talking about you, Pete.
And then I came in. Fair enough.
He knew that you were. He knew that you were yearning for it.
He knew that I was. Yeah, he knew that I was on the way. Though. He knew. He could sense it.
Hurry up.
Jimmy says rake of pints. Isn't the alopecia that gets you? It's the casino out to fleece you. Well, that is the fact. I'm lucky I came out with my shoes last night because I was.
Oh, were you in a casino, Chris?
I went to a casino after being out on the beer last night.
Oh, nice. How'd you get on? Did you get fleeced?
I didn't get fleeced. I came out with. I probably lost a bit, but not. I didn't lose that much. You know, I didn't go in with that much, to be honest. It was just played a bit of blackjack and played some poker. Good crack though. You meet very interesting characters at 3 o'clock in the morning in the casino, as you can imagine.
Oh, I well believe it, Chris. It's a bit like at an airport.
It's like you know the type of characters you meet in a bookies at 12 o'clock in the day. Well, if you gave all those characters speed, they're the characters that you find in a casino at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Fair enough. I can imagine it's a vortex of just fucking madness and people that just want drink. Do they serve drink at the casino?
No.
Oh,
maybe they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was drinking there, so they must do.
They must do. Yeah, they must do.
Yeah. I had a couple of whiskeys. Alright.
In the casinos in America, they
Drink is free.
Drink is free just to keep you there.
In some places, some places, not all the time. Some places.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me and you, Chris, in a casino? We'd stay there just to drink.
You might get caught out, though. You might get caught out, lads.
I did do that in Vegas. The crack is good. You go over there, you're not going to make your millions, are you? There for a laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crosby 1982 says, no way it's set up, Chris, even though it looked like a joke. Smith has nothing to gain from it. Yeah.
Well, you could say that if I give him a couple of million to do it, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense for me that Smith done it, but it just looks set up.
Yeah.
Well, like, if he really assaulted somebody, should he not been kicked out of the fucking Oscars and all that crack?
Well, apparently they asked him to leave and he wouldn't.
Well, for sure, who'd get best actor then?
Yeah, they awarded him best actor.
But he didn't know he was going to get best actor.
Well, no, obviously.
He had a fair idea. He must have had a fair idea.
Yeah.
Well, Denzel Washington was heard picked up saying something like, you know, what did I tell you? The devil will appear just before the finest hour.
Will Smith.
I want to know what conversation were they having previous to that?
No, what happened there is Will Smith mentioned that in his speech after he won, because Denzel Washington had come up to him. So the slap happened before he won the best actor.
That's what I'm saying. How is he still allowed in the building? Do you know?
Look, they obviously don't give a fuck, do they?
No.
Hey, it's got the most ratings ever, probably.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
look at all the publicity it is. Like, there was a beautiful tweet during the week, and I can't remember who it was, but it said something like, the strangest thing about the Will Smith slap on Chris Rock is there's still a war in Ukraine, Afghanistan, Yemen, and it listed all the things that are going on in the world, and no one's talking about them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was a very poignant tweet.
Yeah, it's mental. I think there's a little bit of beef in the comments here between Edel Gillick and Crosby 1983. Be nice to each other, guys.
What's the beef? Tell us about the beef. The beef.
Crosby says you must be one of those conspiracy theorists, Adele. And Adele, you obviously don't know how the world. Adele comes back and you obviously don't know how the world works. Lucky to live in the bubble. Must be fun. Ooh,
She didn't pull any punches there, did she, Adele?
Crosby 92 goes.
Well,
I'd
well,
say
I know.
George
I-
Soros was involved in that.
What did he say? What did he say?
George Soros was involved. And don't forget Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Exactly.
That's what makes the world go round.
100%.
And one thing I will say on the matter is there was a Sligo lad died, 22 years of age, in Sligo yesterday, footballer. I put up a post because it was just after half, and I'm mad into the GAA, and I was just after putting up two funny or like comedy things on the page earlier on the day, and I just thought I'd finish it off by saying, listen, it's more than a game. A lad just died, GAA. He was like an up-and-coming star. And of course, everyone was like very sad. But then this morning, there was an element, like there was 3 or 4 people commenting, oh my God, this is the vaccine coming out, it's so young. Another person, it was nothing to do with the vaccine. So anyone that was commenting that had absolutely no information, and obviously
what you're doing there is you're seizing on, you're trying to basically shoehorn in your beliefs into something that tragic had happened if you do.
It's like it wasn't the time or the place.
No, like
sad, lads. Sad.
Yeah, obviously Curry is just up the road from us, and our hearts go out to the Red Oaks family and obviously the whole community. Something happened. It's happened in our hometown where we've lost friends or we've lost young people from the town, and a dark cloud goes over a small community like that, and that's the part where you need people to band together. And comments like that from people that don't have a fucking breeze don't help anyone. So if you've got if you do put your opinions online on a public forum like 3 Bucks Left, and it's something like that, just fucking keep it to yourself, man.
Yeah, look, there's I put up loads of videos. People can fire all they want into them. The more, the merrier.
Yeah, of course.
That's what they're there for. But that was like, there wasn't the time or the place. I shut a few of them down, and I said it. But I noticed that the ones that I did shut down, they deleted their comments straight away.
Yeah. Of course they do. Yeah. Look, it is what it is, and obviously everyone. Look, our thoughts with everyone on that. On a brighter note, Mayo are playing Kerry tomorrow. How do you think we'll do, lads?
I'd say they beat them. I'd say they've no fear for Kerry, to tell the truth.
No, definitely not in the National League anyway.
Yeah, it's well, the way that the league and the championship is running this year is very interesting. This is a bigger game that I think it would have been in previous years, because the All-Ireland final is in the middle of July.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Okay. So,
no, 24th of July.
So it's a good game to be warmed up and to be heated for battle. Do you know what I mean?
So because we're shortening, they're shortening the season, like for senior players, to give the club more time, get the club games done earlier, give all players more rest.
Okay.
So instead of having 2 or 3 weeks to build into these championship games that are coming along, this game is perfect because I think Galway's in 2 weeks after.
Yeah. Just as long as they don't get any more injuries, that's the thing. Do you know what I mean?
Injuries are going to happen, you know. Like
obviously, Jeremy O'Connor is injured because he's not on the panel or anything.
He's not. He picked up an injury last week. I think it was a
hamstring. I
think he's out for the next 3 weeks. They'll probably try and get him back for Galway.
Right, and Killian is back on the panel though.
He's on the bench.
Apparently, he's been playing well in training, so that will be interesting. I think the championship is going to be far more interesting this year because it's
is it knockout?
Yeah, so so there's 16 teams in the hunt for Sam, and they've made a new competition for the other 16 teams. So they're playing
I didn't hear that.
Division 1 and 2
It's
teams.
fucking weird. It's as anyone that has watched this and watched any of the GEA podcasts, I hate fucking messing about the traditionalists when it comes to GEA, and they really changed it up this time. It's the Division 1 and Division 2 teams in the National League are playing for Sam Maguire.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Even if they end up winning, which probably won't happen, but if they even won their province, it doesn't make any sense.
No, but you see, now you're getting into what are the championships flawed, absolutely flawed the way it was, because apart from 1 year where Cavan and Tipperary got to the All-Ireland semi-finals and then got hammered, apart from that year, it's the same couple of winners for the last 30 years. You're not having anyone new into the mix. Kerry, Dublin, Tyrone.
What is this, a trial run? Is it a trial run for this year or what?
I'd say they'll probably keep it. I'd say at least it gives the likes of Carlow and Leitrim and Sligo and all these other teams something to play for.
Right.
So what
At a level they can win. Because they're not.
Can you explain it to me? Can you explain it to me, lads? Because I don't understand. I thought it was we're all in the one pot.
Before I explain it, Pete, I'll make one point. That would be great, Chris, if there was TV coverage on it. There's no TV coverage of any of the other games.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's not right. That's not right. And they will have to figure out how to.
No one's going to give a fuck if it's not publicized.
Yeah,
I'm telling you this much. They will give a fuck. They will give a fuck in Leitrim if Leitrim are playing well, and they get to if they get to a national.
I'd love to think it would. I'd love to see different teams coming through, and apart from Roscommon, and
obviously.
but off it's sitting Roscommon.
It's just banter. It really is just banter. I was actually asked to start off my day. I was at the Roscommon Sligo ladies minor match. Sligo won. The reason I have such an interest in Sligo is obviously because Martin O'Hagan, who is my uncle, he's actually only 4 years older than me, is managing the Sligo team. And they won again. The best Leitrim 2 weeks ago and the best Roscommon, which would have been, over the last few years, would have been a big scalp for Sligo. So they've Mayo next, and if they beat Mayo, they're into a proper final with Galway.
Good stuff.
Fair play to Martin and the team. Well done.
Yeah, fair play.
So I suppose the way to explain the championship is that the way that they used to run it was you'd play your provincial championship. Once you get knocked out of that, you go into the back door, or if you win it, you'll go into the quarterfinals, the All Ireland Championship. Okay?
Yeah.
What they're doing now is they take the Division 1 and Division 2 teams are going to play for Sam Maguire. That's actually going to be separate from your provincial championship. So your provincial championship is a championship on its own. And then the way, I don't know how, if they've got group stage or it's straight knockout, but then they're going to draw out the rest for the Sam Maguire, the 16 teams from Division 1 and Division 2. So
Mayo could win the Connacht title, and then lose the championship, and they're out of the All Ireland, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's a separate.
No.
Division 1 and Division 2 are playing off for Sam Maguire, and then I'd say the Connacht Championship they're gonna seed it somehow that way from the provincial championships to keep teams.
Well, the only thing is it's working out luckily enough for the GAA this year, because Roscommon and Galway and Mayo, there's 3 teams in Division 1, and in all likelihood it'll be one of them 3 teams. Obviously it'll be Mayo that will win Connacht this year.
Yeah.
So that'll be easy enough. Then we go into a quarterfinal, I presume.
Yeah. So there's 16 teams, so it'd be a round of 16, then quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals.
So it's a round. So we could end up losing a game after Connacht and still be in the championship.
I don't know if they're going to do it like, you know how they had the Super Eights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might do two groups like that, or a couple of groups like that, or I don't know what the structure of the championship is, but all I know is that the Connacht Championship is a thing on its own now.
Okay.
And then the Sam Maguire Championship, and I can't remember what they called the other cup. But it means that the one thing that is good for is that Division 3 and Division 4 teams have a
Did
chance
not call
to win something. Huh?
Did not call it train like gym trainer or something like that?
I can't remember. Yeah, but anyway, at least they've got something to play for.
Yeah. Yeah. Geez, I it's a funny one. It's a funny one. So the likes of Leitrim now, it's like, can't play against Mayo and Galway, can they not?
They do.
They do in the Connacht Championship.
Oh, okay. But what if say Sligo or Roscommon won the Connacht title? Are they allowed to go to the All Ireland then?
Division 1.
Roscommon are in the Division 2 final against Galway tomorrow, so they're in the hat for Sam Maguire anyway. But Sligo and Leitrim are in the second competition.
Okay.
One team.
Yeah, if Sligo win the Connacht Championship, they won't be going on to the Sam Maguire. They're going to be in the Trainer Trophy or whatever.
See, that's a bit tight. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If by chance,
no, Sligo aren't going to win Sam Maguire.
I know that, but they could, like in a different world.
They fucking won't. Stephen, stop talking shit. There's not even in a million different worlds are they winning.
I know that.
But people never thought Leicester City would win the Premiership. Do you know what I mean?
But you could, but at the same time, that was a great story. But if you've given them the opportunity to win something before the 120th anniversary of the first division, like they had never won anything before that. They hadn't won a Premier League trophy, an FA Cup, or anything like that in 125 years of association football. So at least, one of these teams from Division 3 or Division 4 are going to win something this year. They are going to win something.
Yeah.
And it won't
I suppose if it gets some more interest in people playing football and more teams playing football, do you know what I mean? And they're continuing playing football during the year, it'll bring the standard up, do you know?
And it doesn't diminish the achievement they're achieving. It's this where the standard is. Like, you watch Dublin dominate for so many years, and you're looking at, there's problems in Leinster because Dublin have been so dominant that five teams from Leinster got relegated from the leagues. 5 out of 6 teams that were relegated in the leagues this year were all Leinster teams.
Yeah.
And I think that, this might be stretching a bit. I think that's the follow-on from Dublin's domination for years.
Yeah, but look at me all getting relegated. Then they got back up again. Do you know what I mean? So teams can get back up handy enough.
Yeah, Dublin will go back up. Mayo would go back up because they're the top.
Like Dublin, nobody'd be surprised if Dublin still won the All Ireland.
Oh, not at all.
You know,
100%.
They'd be one of the favourites.
Yeah, but they got relegated. You know, so yeah, they should make the league more important. Do you know what I mean?
I think this does make the league more important.
Yeah, I suppose it does. If you have to be in Division 1 or Division 2 to contest the All Ireland, it does make it more important. Yeah,
you know, it does make
it true. That is very true.
So, I think it's a good.
Yeah, there.
What's that? They're in Division 2,
yeah.
So
you're going to it. You're going to it, lads. You're going to the match tomorrow.
I'm going to it tomorrow. If my battery goes dead, I'll hop on the other phone. My battery is going dead. I'll hop on the other phone.
No bother. So Diane had a message about having had a message, but it's obviously been deleted. Yeah. Anyway, so there's some shy talk going on in the comments. Yeah, I can't
What's
be
going on in the comments?
I can't see it. I like shite talk.
Yeah, read them out. Read them out.
Well, one of them, Aoife had put up Aoife put up, have what on now, Charlie or the jersey? Don't know what that means. Diane goes, Charlie, don't get you. And Aoife was like, send me a notification when the crack starts, you know? And then Diane goes, you know, winky face, yes. I don't know what, they're just having a conversation between themselves. And fair play to them. Keep
I want
commenting.
to
Maybe talking too much shit about football, about stuff that we don't.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
see, the thing is, we forget because we love the GA so much. We forget that it really is a niche market, even though it's not the biggest sport in Ireland, unfortunately.
No, it's not even remotely close to being this.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And a lot of people, you don't realize that the GA is kind of like a mafia. It's like some sort of mafia. It's got grassroots. Like every town you go to, there's a Gaelic pitch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Team. How much power does the GA have? Like if I said to you, I've got a business plan. I'm going to get all the players to play for free. I'm going to get everybody involved to do stuff for free, and I'm going to collect all the money.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, they've tapped into this fucking, I don't know, fucking tribalism that's fucking amazing. Because anytime we talk about Mayo, we'll fucking talk about it for hours. But it's when you step back from it, you just think how fucking bizarre it is.
Yeah.
And for people, if you're not a GA person in Dublin, maybe Kerry is different because it's GA mad. Mayo, Tipperary for the hurling, Waterford, Limerick for the hurling. But any of the other counties, they don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
It's
crazy. It is like a mafia. I was thinking that today, like every single town, small towns. Like I was in Elphin today, and it was the GEA that. And you know what? But another thing that pisses me off is the GA and monopolizing money. I'm going to match tomorrow, and I'm bringing the oldest.
Say that again, Steve. Say that again. Sorry, I was moving me here
because I haven't done anything with the kids in ages with the live shows and whatever. And like the oldest now is 18, and I don't see them much. And I want to spend quality time with them. And I'm going to bring them to the match tomorrow. So I was presuming that they're still in school. I thought I'd get student tickets for them.
Yeah.
No student tickets. All adult or nothing, no matter what age you're.
Yeah.
What? Say that again?
All adult tickets, no student tickets.
Yeah, they're 25 quid ahead.
Yeah, for a league match.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, usually I remember going when I was a student, like it was a tenner.
Yeah.
You know,
but you'd have to pay the players.
you look like a floating head because you've got a black jumper on and in the black background. You just like
my match is going dead here. I'll talk to you in 5 minutes. Less.
Cool.
So our audience are well sick of talking shy about GA.
Oh, sorry about that now, but you're fucky.
This is our podcast. It's not about you at all.
This battery is taking ages to fucking die.
He's gone.
His timing was good now, in fairness.
It was good.
So, how are you, Pete?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm trying to find the best light here. I usually have a stand for the phone, but I'm on my phone, not my laptop. I should be just on the laptop probably. Sound might be better, but I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm farming away. I've started an organic farm myself and my buddy. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. Yeah, just growing.
I'm gonna call you Old MacDonald from now on.
Call me Old MacDonald, yes, because I'm feeling old at the minute. Yeah, feeling old.
Yeah, I should look. What we got in the comments here? Diane Stapleton, it's like bringing your child to see funking Barney the dinosaur, and they charge the adult. And Jimmy says Ross comments.
Potato Park.
It's not Tato Park anymore. It's Guinness Park, isn't it?
Is it?
They've changed the name of it to Guinness Park. Yeah.
Was that an April Fool's joke or something? Was it?
Possibly, and I got caught by it.
Yeah. I was in a pub and they go to me, the Queen is dead. I was like, Queen of England, and they go, they go, yeah. I was like, brilliant. That's worth a pint. Then your man goes, he goes, oh, that was an April Fool's joke. I was like, disappointing. It didn't give a
bad man, Chris. You're a bad man.
Fuck
You're
them.
a bad man.
I do think she's a lizard.
You're a bad man.
It's the only conspiracy theory I'll get on board with, that there's a lizard in her living inside her.
You're a bad man.
Diane Stapleton goes, where's your farm? Can we visit? I'll bring you some jam. That's Diane Stapleton.
Very good. You can visit. Yeah, it's in between Sligo. It's actually Sligo, near Clifney. Come and visit anytime you want. We'll put you to work.
What are you trying to say, Steve?
It's in Sligo, Pete, is it?
It's in Sligo, yeah. It's in Sligo, yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
This confuses you every time I tell you, because I live in Leitrim and I'm close to Bundoran, which is in Donegal. So this confuses Steve every time I tell him.
Steve is a traditionalist. He doesn't believe in the borders.
He doesn't believe in the borders, yeah. And he doesn't believe in the back door.
Yeah, the county borders are a myth.
Yeah.
Stephen, your sound is horrific. Right.
I don't know why that is, guys. I really don't. It's phone is. I'm gonna get this phone and I'm gonna dance on it when this is finished, because I have a new phone and you just need to change it over.
That's all right, mate.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, what's the how? Obviously, setting up a farm is it must be tough. So what's been the process of? Was it Jeremy Clarkson that was actually your inspiration?
People keep asking me that. Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen it, and
I've never watched either.
Apparently it's very good though. Apparently it's very good, Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, apparently. But see, the thing is, I'm not a cunt.
Yeah. Well, not all the time.
Not all the time. Not all the time. Thanks. No, but Jeremy Clarkson kind of won me over with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He kind of won me over with that. Kind of like that.
He's a little bit more palatable on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But Chris Tarrant was better.
Chris Tarrant was brilliant.
He was good. Like he's a good presenter.
So the farm, I'll tell you about the farm. The farm, there's a farm there already called Tatey Hoker, which is Scotch Gaelic for potato picker. And there's a farmer there, Aidan Gillen, and he's kindly renting some land to us and he's helping us out. And we're under his tutorage and he's helping us out. So we're growing vegetables and getting stuff ready and stuff like that. And he's doing more of a social farming. People with some disabilities and people with intellectual disabilities are coming up and he's showing them how to farm. So he's doing that more so, and we're doing the other type of farm. So we're growing all different stuff and getting ready, and hopefully we'll have a load of volunteers with yoga pants, and that'll be just lads.
What did you say, Steve?
I said maybe even some women.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
See, the thing is, when you speak, Steve, it doesn't. No one else can hear you, but we can see you make a comment and then just giggle to yourself. So it looks like this.
Okay. Can you hear me when you don't speak?
I can hear you now. But it was a bit muffled. It's better this way, Steve. It's better this way.
Yeah, your picture, no sound.
Yeah, just charge up your other phone. It's getting late, though. What is the crack in Dublin, Chris? Are you going to the match, Chris?
I am.
Yeah.
I get my ticket tomorrow morning, but yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah. Good stuff.
Will we end this with a little talk on the Ukraine war?
Oh, is there
Sure,
any-
yeah.
Can we find something heavier to talk about?
Yeah. Let's talk about the Holocaust. That's better crack, is it?
Weekly wrap up.
So we cannot not talk about it.
Okay.
What do you want to say on it?
I want, like, I haven't watched the news this week, so I was hoping that you might know.
We talked about this. We talked about this last week when we were on the live. Me and Chris.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Yeah.
We didn't talk about what happened this week.
Yes. Well, I don't know what's going on. I'm not watching it, but I heard a conspiracy today that that the Russians are right and they're going in there to break up international pedophile ring. And Joe Biden's son is actually the leader of the pedophile ring. And so Biden is going, or Putin is going in there doing everyone a favor, apparently.
That I tell you, if that is true,
No, I'm
Sorry, I asked.
I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying I heard that a conspiracy today.
was it Stephen's father that told you that?
Ask your dad about that one. Ask your dad about that one, Steve.
If anyone is in the
Comments and they know anything that's happened during the week. I've just had a very busy week and I haven't heard much news on the war. I do know that apparently there was an oil depot attacked in Russia itself by apparently Ukraine.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I saw that, and they were quite mad that Ukraine invaded their territory and blew up an oil depot. So it's like,
Wow. So the Ukrainians are fighting back on Russian soil, is it?
looks like it, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Did you see with obviously the Formula One was in Saudi Arabia last week? So obviously Saudi Arabia are in a war in Yemen, and it's an illegal war, much like Russia is, but it gets very little coverage. And the Houthis are the group in the group that are fighting against the Saudis, and they blew up an oil refinery in Saudi Arabia the week of the Formula One World Championship.
Wow. So maybe that's where the Ukrainians got their idea.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Wow. Fair play. Well, fair. Well, so I'm not going to say fair play. I was going to say fair play. They got one back. But like, kind of fair play. They got one back.
Right.
They also
They Pete, that there's no Ukrainians could get inside Russia, and there was Russia themselves that blew it up.
Okay.
Maybe a false flag effect. Like at the end of the day, right? There is a lot of hypocrisy with it. Say with the Saudi Arabia have been bombing Yemen for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
There's no one talking about it, and America is selling arms to Saudi Arabia to bomb the shit out of Yemen. But as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, the whole world we stand with Ukraine. So there's a lot of things you look at that and you're like, that's quite hypocritical, you know?
100%.
It doesn't make sense. Like, there's so many wars going on, and we're not dealing with them at all. So why is there so much emphasis put on this one? I know it's in Europe as such, but a war is a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Well, so Diane Stapleton says no, she knows Cliffany well and visits Fundoran regularly, and she'll help, no bother. So there you go. You've got
Brilliant. Brilliant. Good stuff. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Aoife Hannon says Leitrim. My mother was from there, and we used to call it the land that time forgot as kids. Manor Hamilton 2 weeks holiday in a ball alley. Well, in fairness now, Aoife, 2 weeks in a ball alley is not enough time in a ball alley.
100%. 100%. There was one time we were doing a video down in a ball alley in Kerry in Sligo. Was it Sligo or Arclare? Arclare, we were doing a video, and Steve said, make sure you're early. Make sure you're early. So I decided to come an hour early. and then I had to wait 4 hours for Steve to turn up. 'Cause and he kept saying to me, "I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes." If he just actually told me that he'd be there in 2 hours, I could have went home.
But if Steve had told you that he was going to be 4 hours late, I could have gone to the ball alley. We could have had a game of handball.
We could have had a game of handball, exactly. Yeah.
Hold on.
In my defense, I was saying that because we're notoriously late for everything. And it was the one time that you ever turned up early, but I told you an hour early. In fact, I probably told you 2 hours early.
Probably 2 hours early. Yeah.
So you ended up being mad early. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah. He could have just told me I could have went home, but he said, no, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not like you had to go far. But if you had gone home, you would have been late.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
definitely. So, Dan Morgan in Traumatic I-96 says, "Way sorry I'm late, guys. Hope you're all doing good." We are. I think we're all doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Yeah. Thanks very much. Thanks for
Diane,
watching.
Diane Stapleton wants to have a cup of tea with Tony, so they'd have a lot to talk about there. Yeah. So
Come on down.
if you're into conspiracy theories, talk to Stephen.
Oh, if you're into conspiracy theories, Tony's your man.
Tony
is your man.
Such a passionate man.
There was one time we met Mark Maloney, and Mark Maloney said, "I'm finished with the conspiracy theories now. I'm finished with them. They're taking too much of my time up. I'm finished with them." And then Steve was like, "Come out and talk to the outfit and tell him that you're finished with them." He came out to your outfit, Tony, and the two of them were like, they were playing the greatest hits. They were talking about every conspiracy under the sun.
How that happened was me, you, and Martin were going for a run, and my father was like really going down rabbit holes, and he was annoying the whole of me. He was annoying the whole of everyone that had come into the house about all the theories. Like enough's enough at some points, and but he had been talking to Martin previously and many a time, and Martin was like they were egging each other on, and the fact that Martin was like slowing down on it, and I thought, listen, come out, tell me father that he might ease up on it. We ran out to the house, and when we went in, as Pete said, it was like they just reconnected, like two loves,
like kindred spirits.
I remember looking at Pete and I was like, why the fuck did I bother?
If Paris, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Yeah. Okay. We'll go through a few of these really quickly. Williams Taylor 69 says, was only a few miles from the F1 track. Yeah, that explosion happened literally just beside the F1 track. So the F1 track is a street circuit. So they just cornered it off a bunch of streets in Jeddah, and then set up the street circuit in the city, which is pretty cool. And I think they're going to have a street circuit in Vegas next year, which would be pretty cool. So
cool. Wow.
Where that Formula One documentary on Netflix.
I told you, man, that is one of the best documentaries of all time.
Watch.
I heard it's very good. Yeah, I haven't watched it now. I heard it's very good.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. It's so good. One of my favorites. Jade Ellis asked, where has Salmon been lately? Salmon's enjoying married life.
Salmon's enjoying married life, is right.
Christy Bradley says, you're right. The only 2 year they were given out about how corrupt Ukraine is. I say our own government would fit right in over there. Probably would, but they wouldn't be leading from the front, those guns. I'm telling you that. You wouldn't see Micheál Martin picking up arms against the Russians.
I don't know. I don't want to see anyone getting hurt, but I just don't believe that the Ukrainian government is as innocent as they've been made out to be.
They probably aren't.
You don't put a toot in it, do you, Steve?
No. Steve likes having these half-arsed opinions that he's put no thought into. He goes, I haven't watched the news this week, but I'd say the Ukrainian government, they're not as fucking clean as clean.
I'm talking about what as much as I know. This is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it.
Yeah, well, like, just because they're not clean doesn't mean they deserve to be invaded.
I said that. I didn't say anything about. I didn't say anything. I said I'm not. I don't want anyone. I don't want any war. If it's all possible.
Steve, you've got trust issues.
Yeah, like Bertie Ahern. Bertie Ahern was dodgy. Bertie Ahern was dodgy.
Oh,
but
woeful.
if the English invaded Ireland, there'd be war in Ireland. Then, do you know what I mean?
English invaded Ireland, yeah, and then I'd pick up arms, no problem.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, Aoife Hand says, yeah, but compare it to Louisburg, Clare Island in Mayo. Other parents from there, Mayo wins hands down. Hope Mayo. Thanks. That's great.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Saw the headline: Russian soldiers may have been exposed to radiation in Chernobyl. That's pretty funny.
Shit.
Yeah. Like fucking charging through Chernobyl, fucking after Ukrainians, and then getting doused by a bit of fucking radioactive waste. Dan Morgan says, when are you guys doing some sort of stand-up in Wales?
We're just getting our liver back to normal, so you'll have to wait a while, Dan. You'll have to wait. Put the word out. Put the word out.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do Wales, Scotland, and England at some point. We have a series to film in June, July, or mid-June to mid-July.
Pilot.
And then we'll go back on the live scene as well. We better start organising that, Pete. But yeah, it'll all make sense in the next couple of weeks. We'll put our heads together and we'll get a live schedule done again. And you know what? I'm half thinking of changing it up a little, Pete. Just writing something different. Just for
100%, yeah. 100%.
Sort of, even though we change up the show nearly every time at some point, but the skeleton for the show is there, and you nearly need to change it up for your own sake.
Oh yeah, so of course you're going to get bored doing the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There's some parts of your show that has been you've done it a lot over the last couple of years. So
I'd love to venture into something completely different. Like I was at a graduation today, and the professor gave a speech afterwards, and he was giving a speech to the students and the people that had graduated, and then he was to the left and right, the people that were there to look upon. And he mentioned about, pushing your own boundaries and pushing your own limits and see how far you can go. And just because you're not 20 years of age anymore doesn't mean you can't find new things. So it's something that then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to pump that into to the live show. I'm going to create something completely different.
100%.
But I think that's like at the end of the day, that's the only way to keep on making anything interesting.
Yeah, and keep it fresh. Don't be afraid to fail. Do you know what I mean? If it doesn't work the first time, it'll work the second time or the third time. Do you know?
Some of the things that we came up with along the show by just chancing it, that worked. Like your intro, one of your intros, that was on the spur of the moment.
That was only to make Chris laugh. That was only to make you laugh, Chris.
In fairness, it was worth doing it every time after that because it made me laugh.
I only did it because I seen Chris's reaction. I was like, I have to do it.
Yeah, is in fairness now, you did that, and I was like, that is hilarious. And I'm glad that I was I was inspiring you to do that.
Yes.
And if anyone's wondering, it's about Pete getting naked.
Pretty much. Pretty much
naked.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I suppose you just have to look at the show and write something new. I think that's healthy, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Plus, the amount of people that would have seen your show and want to come back and see something new from you, like
Exactly. Now, and another thing is, we done an awful lot of shows back to back, and as I was saying before last week, I wanted to do more shows or bigger crowds and less shows, so that we can give it 100% on every show. And if we are doing 2 in a week, let it be in the city at least, if not the same venue, because that works. You've built up, because when you're going into a room, it's great to know the room. Like you need to build up an ambience in the room, or a relationship with the room, the lighting, the sound, the sweet spots. It all makes a difference to the show.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
I think at the stage that you're in, I suppose, like having more venues than just a room. You know, you've done lots of gigs in small little venues or small little gig places that they're not really set up for either the crowd that you're going to bring, or the MC, or, you know, like MCing and something like that doesn't really, like, you know, you need to be able to have a proper setup to give the show that you want to deliver.
Use proper venues. Sometimes pubs, like it worked in Cork, and then we went to Kerry, and like that, the people were just ossified, and they were just in high spirits, and they had great crack. But we were as well off if we just went out drinking pints with them.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That there's been lots of Hardy Bucks gigs before, when we were touring Hardy Bucks gigs, that were doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, remember,
I think we did a gig in Swords once, where we had to just jump in the car, and I was the only one not drinking at the time. I jumped in your car, Steve. I said, Steve, why have you no lights? And you were like, oh yeah, I've no lights. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that before I fucking started driving? Driving through fucking Dublin with no lights, getting fucking flashed every 5 minutes.
That's right. There was only
Spotlights.
There was a spotlight. Yeah, getting fucking flashed. Fuck's sake.
That was fun.
That was the same car. Oh no, it wasn't you. Myself and Declan Fitzmaurice drove to Galway in a pissing rain, and the wind wipers wouldn't work.
Oh, I fucking done that. I got fucking lasers, and I was trying to fucking hand out the window, fucking do that. Fuck, it's dangerous. It's fucking dangerous.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah, that gig in Swords was horrific.
Mental. It was mental.
It was fucking so difficult. Like,
Up to the night.
I've never. Yeah, there was one fella that thought he was part of the show. He was, and like as they was going out, he was absolutely off his fucking tits. He was wearing a pair of Ray-Bans. He was a fairly heavy set lad, right? And he was talking with Collie, who was on stage doing a gig. He's doing the bit, and he's trying to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of things.
But it's not only guys with Ray-Bans that are heavy set that do that. Cowboy was at one of the gigs before, and he started heckling. He started heckling. He was in the crowd, and he started heckling.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. He was in the crowd, and you were heckling the lads up on stage.
Yeah, a couple of times.
But I thought I was adding to the show.
No, you see, that's what hecklers think. They're not adding to the show. They're just wankers.
Yeah. Yeah.
My set, so I was down.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Or is that time that Jay Daly got up on stage and started fighting with the audience?
That was in the Bowery as well. Yeah. Bowery as well. Yeah. Fucking hell.
That was the same night, wasn't it, Steve?
It possibly was. It possibly could have been. Yeah. Possibly could have been the same night. Yeah.
Oh, it
Didn't catch that, Steve. Say again. Come closer.
The one that
Pete's talking about is probably the one where
and then
I came down off stage, and I obviously didn't come away far enough because all you could hear me over Owen. It was just
thought
about it the next day. But then I went for a drink at the bar and I started shouting up at him.
But that's not the first time you've done that.
No.
That's only the time you remember.
Yeah.
Well, listen, on that note, lads, we'll leave it there. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, do that. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button because we are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers on Dead Hedgehogs. Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Slowly but surely, yeah.
And hit the like button as well. I don't know what that does, but it does something. It means that more people might see it.
The like button, if you hit the like button on Dead Hedgehogs, it kills a pedophile. Does.
Yeah, perfect. So on that note, we will end this live. See you later.